Hello and welcome to Mad Owl Goes Racing, and today we are in rFactor 2 having a look at the, as it says at the bottom left there, the 2022 Q2 content drop. Now this comprises some long awaited content, in fact, a couple of British circuits, a couple of British touring cars and Laguna Seca. So the total is Donington Park, which comes in both its GP and national layouts. Brands Hatch, and yes, I'm looking up there for some inspiration. Brands Hatch, and you get the GP and the Indy circuit. Laguna, which of course has only got one layout anyway. Then there's the Toyota Corolla 2021 BTCC car and the Infiniti Q50 V37 BTCC 2021 car. Infiniti is it Nissan's high-end brand? I think it's Nissan. I might be wrong. Too many cars, brands coming up with secondary brands to cover up the fact that they made cheap cars at one point. I still call them Datsuns, but there you go. You can buy these either individually, you can buy the two cars individually, the three circuits individually, or there's several packs. They're doing BTCC car pack number 1, because they have said there's going to be more cars coming. That at the moment is £7.72. The touring car pack, which is the 2 BTCC cars and the 2 British circuits, for £21.58 currently, and the 2022 Q2 pack, which is all 5 items for £26.83 to use, sir. I have looked over the last 3 days. I think 2 days ago the tracks individually were £7.71, yesterday they was £7.63, and today they're £7.70, so they obviously fluctuate with some sort of weird exchange rate thing, because it's like every day is a different price. Not that they matters, once you buy them you bought them. So what I'm going to do is I will go through, we'll start at Laguna, and we'll go in the Corvette C8. Oh, what the hell. Nice little car. I quite enjoyed driving that one. That's the GTE version with no brakes. Well, it's got brakes, it just hasn't got ABS. Just going to do a few laps, have a look around the circuit, if I can remember the right keys to go into free cam mode, which I might have to pause the video for whilst I think about, because my brain's not working. It's the evening. It stops at 7 o'clock or something. Goes, I'm not going to work anymore. I have to say, it's nice to see that the loading times from a few months ago when they did that big content drop has improved no end. Other things in the latest update, there's all sorts of AI improvements, improvements to how fast real road is calculated, 4 times as fast as it used to be, or the update rate, I should say. Driving line is available now, and they've got a new sound engine as well, which has actually got 3D positional sound, so that'll be quite interesting. Now, can I remember how to get into the free cam mode? If I just press the F button, am I going to do something daft, or nope? Damn. I'll just pause a second whilst I try and remember how to get into free cam mode. Right, sorry, I can't seem to get the free cam to work, so I'll just go in the car and press this button, hopefully, and try that about it. That'll do. Oh, if I can get out the end of it. Right, let's have a look. A lot of ice cream stands down. Oh, hang on, they're pit boxes, aren't they? Yeah, I have to say the modelling's pretty good around here, and it's nicely textured, plenty of detail. Things like lots of, all the wires seem to be nicely modelled. Not sure what he's meant to be doing. Whatever. Pit exit. Laguna Seca is a pain in the arse, as everybody should know. You can see a nice view into the distance as you look across the hillside there. Not too many spectators. I can't remember if it actually does more spectators during race day or not. Again, one thing is you can go in the sand a bit and it doesn't kill you instantly like certain other driving games stroke sims seem to wish to do, where they bounce you off all over the place and basically kill you for putting a wheel in the dirt. It seems to be quite forgiving, which is actually good. I prefer it that way. Yes, I'm on the speed limiter. They've got the nice big pillows on the edges of several corners. I presume that's new, because I don't remember ever seeing that building in any other sim, unless I'm just usually concentrating on where I'm going. Nice detailing on the hill. These solar panels or something there. Oh no, it's a stand. I thought it was a bunch of solar panels. Wouldn't there people sitting on them if they were solar panels? Would they? Yeah, plonker. Going pillar on the inside of that curb, you have to watch out for. We'll speed up a little bit. The terrain around here is definitely a bit sandy, but that's what it is like. So it is. Is it Monterey? Basically, it's a bit of a desert, really. Plenty of toilets, what you like to see. Marshal posts, what looks like a radar. No idea what that was. Another little hut. But like I say, all nicely modelled, all nice, sort of the textures blend in nicely here and there where you've got blended textures. So this corner is one of my nemesis. It's the amount of times I've bounced off the pillow on the inside in other racing games. It's not the worst, tell you that, not the worst, not the widest circuit in the world. I don't know why worst came out of that, but straighten it out. Braking about there somewhere. Don't forget the markers of feet, but then the marker is only meant to be an indication, not an absolute, of where you are, what you're doing. So far, it's looking really nice. I'm not sure how heavily rubbered I've got it set, but it's got quite a nice, obvious driving line where the rubber build-up is, so I'm not sure if they've increased that or not. So I just had a quick read through the release notes, and there was something about driving lines on there, whether that meant a visible driving line, as in they've turned on something like the old driving line indicator as a driving aid, or whether they mean visual as in more stuff on the track itself, like this build up. Now, can I remember which button to press to get back to the normal driving camera? Because if I can't, I'm going to look a bit of a twat. Around the last corner. And I'd say it is very nice. I do like the layout, and nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. Oh, for Christ's sake, not that one, not that one. Can't get back to the normal bloody camera position. Shite. Let's start from the pit lane. At least we're in the car now. We've obviously got it defaulted. I'd like to know what that is in the headlining. Is that sort of some hole just to try and save some weight or something? I don't know. Now, I don't know if this car's normally this quiet, or whether it just seems particularly quiet, whether that's something to do with their new audio system, but yeah, weird. It does sound a bit quiet in here. Bit of a lump. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go straight over this line. I hope it doesn't penalise me. Driving wise, FFB's a bit light on this, and also the tyre volume on this car is quite loud compared with the BTCC cars. I'll turn the tyre scrub volume up a bit, and I might have overdone it here. GTE car with overly sensitive brakes. But I don't know why. It does seem sort of smoother to drive for some reason than the sort of like ACC's version. Whether it's just what I'm driving, I don't know. But it seems easier to get the front end in on this than it does on some of the cars in ACC. It might just be the car, and the track combo seems to work well. So. It's actually a version of Laguna that I'm going, oh, I might actually drive around here because I don't normally like Laguna, but for some reason it feels quite nice in this, and you can actually dip a wheel in the dirt on the side there and it doesn't instantly drag you off or try to kill you in any way, shape or form, which is nice. There's nothing worse than overdoing the, well, I've got to drag you off a circuit because you're playing a game. Which means you can also dip a wheel on the right hand side there coming out of the last corner on the back straight, and you will lose a little bit of time, but it won't actually try and kill you, which is nice. So for Laguna Seca, I have to say, yes, I did pillow myself for a bit there, but again it didn't instantly throw me off into the shit. It managed to more or less hold it in place, so I have to say it's actually a very, very nice rendition of Laguna Seca. So that's that one. Now next I think we'll go to Donington Park. So, should I show you a little bit of the replay? Just a couple of minutes of it. Why is it going so slow? Oh, it's because I was going slowly earlier. I'm like, duh! Don't mind me, I'm just the idiot presenting. Ha! Plays a little stuttery. Or do turning these settings down maybe a tad. I might have wound them up for something earlier and forgotten about it. But looks very nice. So the looks good from driving, looks good in the replay. So yeah, nice job, Studio 387. And that's a keeper, as they say. Next up, Donington Park, and I'm going to go with the Corolla for that. And the GP track, because I don't like the GP track, so we'll go with that. I'm not a huge fan of the, oops, can't spell. Well, I can spell, I can't type. Well, I can do one or the other. It's important to remember there is already a BTCC car in there. That's the 2013 Civic. Might be worth having a try on that at some point and see how it compares. But the 2021 Corolla front wheel drive, I'll go with that one because that's what I was driving in earlier. So I've already set up the FFB to be an appropriate amount of FFB. We'll do the same thing in this as we did a minute ago, which is go to an outside cam, do a slowish lap, and then return to the pits and do a couple of not so slowish laps, or as they sometimes call them, fast laps. Now, the Corolla is, of course, a front-wheel drive car, and as we all know, front-wheel drive cars do present a particular issue as far as yeah, that one, and then we'll just can I zoom out a little bit, go up a little bit, might be too far up. Remember, it's Donington, turn left. Somewhat limited steering lock apparently. Yeah, again, really nicely modelled. I believe it said they laser scanned it themselves or scanned it themselves, so whether they've got a different scan to everybody else. Building's nicely done. You people in the whatever they are there, I think they're some sort of VIP facility. Again, everything nicely blended, nice texturing. Again, I don't know whether you get absolutely hammered. I don't think you do for going in on the grass and the dirt around here. So no nasty crap on the inside of the corners here, and you can obviously, it's BTCC, so you'll be using as much grass as possible because they always do. I don't know why they don't just do grass track, frankly, some of the time. Plenty of people up on the side there, we're in their tents. We're British, you know, we go camping in any shitty weather. But again, all really nicely modelled. The classic down craner curves with a slight dip at this point, and then another one as you go over the sort of slight crest to the left. Not sure what sort of time of year this is meant to be, but there's a bit of colour in some of the trees over there, which looks rather nice. So semi-autumnal. A few marks on the grass where people have obviously shot off down there. Your skid marks here and there. So I think rFactor 2 has sort of stepped up a bit when it comes to the quality of their tracks. They're getting better, which is nice. Sometimes I thought they were a little bit like could have been done by some cheap and cheerful model. Is that a bird flying across the circuit there? Oh, I do believe it is. I think it's meant to be a seagull, judging by the wings. That's the old bridge, Starkey's Bridge. Of course, the old hairpin was never a hairpin back there. Up the hill. Surprised how steep some of these bits are along there. And it certainly looks better than the last time I went there because it looked like a bloody building site still from the arseholes who tried to fuck it up to get an F1 round there, which was frankly criminal, and the wanker responsible should have been arrested for it. Still got the old toilets that they had when they originally reopened it. They sort of look like a brick built shed. Man on the TV. Hello, man on TV. But yeah, what can I say? But yeah, it's all nicely done. It feels like there's plenty of texture, as in undulations and little bits of differences in the surface of the tarmac itself as you're going around. I can feel little nudges and tweaks through the FFB. Through this corner, which I can't remember if this is it McLean's, aren't they? The very first time I went to Donington, to watch a 500cc Grand Prix, stood over there and watched, I think it was Gary McCoy coming around here on a 500cc Yamaha, completely sideways, smoke pouring off the rear tyre as he smoked his way out of that corner sideways, speedway style. Absolutely amazing to watch. Now down to my least favourite corner on the course, followed immediately by one of my least favourite corners on the course, followed by another least favourite. So the Foggy S's, or Fogarty S's as they should be, of course you'd go that way if you were doing the national circuit. There's a couple of little briquettes on the inside there. I don't think they do you a lot of harm. I don't know how much you can cut on each side. You'll have to experiment to see, because obviously you will eventually get a cut track warning. Nicely modelled trees and things over the side there. Lots of things going on in the back of the paddock as well. Then this tin can down the end there. At one point, I think that was a giant tin can or something. I can't remember now. Now, the Melbourne loop used to go down there about another 3/4 of a mile or something ridiculous. Tightish hairpin, followed by another tightish hairpin as you go up. Again, interesting braking as you come sort of over this little crest. You look at the curb on the right here, you usually end up braking somewhere around the sort of white bit at the end, either, depending upon what you're in, either there or about there-ish. Try and get the nose of the car down this slight crest and then slightly downhill, which makes this a tricky little bastard of a corner. And back on at the start, finish straight. Pit entrance there, you can actually get into the pits from the other side as well, but I don't think they normally leave it open. So, right, we'll escape back to the pitties and then start again, hopefully in the car. Right, like I said, I've already had a look at the FFB and everything else. Should we just try and get the swingman camera and have a look around the outside of the car? I think what I'll do is I'll go to the showroom afterwards and show you the outside. Quite nicely modelled inside as well. Obviously they're got a bit of for some reason the wheel doesn't turn as far as the actual physical wheel does for some reason. Now, front wheel drive car, which means I've got the usual front wheel drive problem, which is how good, bad or indifferent is the FFB. The answer is actually not bad at all. Hope that's not too loud, because that is quite loud. I have to say there, new sound is, if this is an example of what they're going to be doing in the future, it's pretty damn good. The typical front wheel drive back end drifting job. And I have to say, apart from the fact I braked too damn late there and I forgot where I was. I have to say, FFB wise, it actually feels pretty bloody good for a front wheel drive car. You can tell when you're giving it too much oomph. That was me not really paying attention to what I was doing here as I came up with. It's quite easy to tell when you're losing traction on the front end, which is always useful in a front wheel drive car, because obviously the biggest issue you're going to have is losing traction, usually on the inside wheel. It doesn't self-centre quite so much as it could do, but I think if it self-centred too much, you'll actually feel worse. So I think they've got it about right. Now, have a bit of heat in the front tyres, which might help me to bit of complete fritter. Really nice positive turning, and as long as you don't overpower the front tyres, you get pretty good traction coming out as well. And I have to say, it feels pretty bloody good actually. And I'm not a huge fan of front wheel drive cars in games because they usually feel crap because of the terrible FFB, but I think there's a lot more people seem to be getting a handle on it now of how they should be, and if we actually break in the right place here, we can actually get around there without too many problems. Like I said, try and work out how much you can cut through there, but it takes the curves really nicely. They certainly got the brakes about spot on. They don't lock up too easily. They apparently worked with Goodyear to work on the tyres, and I have to say, I think whatever they've done to them, they are absolutely bloody brilliant. They're really good over the limit, apart from when I obviously fucked up earlier on, but I think all in, they are really nice. You've got the right combination of sort of grip and grip recovery. And you can chuck the car about a bit and at least you get away with it, which is fairly unusual as far as I'm concerned for rFactor. It tends to be a bit all or nothing with rFactor. As far as I'm concerned, it's sort of a bit certainly got the balance of the car really nice for the default setup because I haven't touched anything. A little bit of bounce over the curb, but all in all, pretty easy to keep a handle on. And even when you can feel the front end lock it up on the brakes, you can sort of get off the brakes and you can feel and hear when it's going, and then you can get off the brakes a bit and it's quite easy to recover and not make a complete and utter tit of yourself, other than what I did earlier. But all in all, that's a really nice car, ran a really nice circuit and a good combo, so that's nice to see. I'm just trying to remember where you can go and have a look at the bloody outside of the car, other than in the replay. Can we just go in here and sort of spin around the car? Can I do that? Onboard? No, that's not an onboard. That's there. Why am I back in the pits? Pause. Can I swing around? I can't remember how. That's interesting. I didn't realise I would do that. Now I'll go in the old showroom. I'll keep my brain in gear. It's the evening. My brain's turned off. Going to is it customise? We going to showroom. Right. I don't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, really nicely modelled. Looks good inside and out. I can't remember it. Can I zoom in? I can't remember. No, oh, there we go. That's it. I remembered how to drive the camera. Yeah, really nicely done. There's a few of these sort of generic liveries, and then there's actually the two, I'm assuming two cars from the series with the proper livery. So you get the choice of quite a few liveries. If I scroll down, that's one of the official liveries, I believe, with a name on the side and a proper number. So that's the Toyota, which, like I said, that's a really nice car to drive, especially as it's front wheel drive. It's done a good job of that. Now I will go with the, I think, number one. Again, generic. And then you've got the proper livery from the BTCC, I'm assuming. And we want to go to Brands Hatch. Like I said, we got the Indy and the full course. We're going to go with the full one. And should have looked at the thing in. Oh, duh. You didn't remind me, did you? Go and have a look in the showroom before we started. But again, it's a really nicely modelled car. I forgot to look at it, didn't I? I'll insert this somewhere. Don't you dare. Right, whoop. Didn't really want to do that. Oh, get down a bit, down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. Come on, Bounce, stop playing silly fuckers. Right, zoom in, zoom, zoom. Oh, I was trying to zoom the wrong way. Yeah, again, really nicely modelled, as you can see all the detail on the inside and everything. I don't know how far you can get in. Can you get in the car? No. But plenty of detail in these. I think they've done an excellent job of these all around, in fact. So, lovely job. Let's zoom out a bit. All in all, lovely car. Like I said, they were working with Goodyear. I'm assuming the BTCC uses a Goodyear tyre normally. I wouldn't know. I haven't followed British touring cars for quite some time. Not because I'm not interested. It's just that I don't seem to find the bloody time to follow half the things I want to follow. So, right, that's what it looks like in there. So now that I've remembered to not forget, I'll back off and carry on with what I was doing. Or I should say, I'll allow the video to get back to what I was doing. Again, I've already driven this, so I've set up the FFB already. We'll go drive, and then we'll press not that key, not that one. That's weird. Have I hit the wrong key? Why can I see a door? Ooh, that was weird. Like, what? Now, this being Brands Hatch, turn right. You can see how nicely the back of the car is modelled. Right, nicely modelled garages, and the pit boxes, at least they don't feel like they go like they do in AC for certain British tracks. So you don't end up with a load of steps. Right, plenty of detail, ambulances, recovery vehicles, etc. Men doing exercises, whatever he's doing. Usual crowds, etc. Again, same sort of quality as the Donington, which you would expect. Nicely modelled with nice texturing. Plenty of life on the track to keep you amused. A few people gone off there. We'll just go over there and see how that feels. That feels not too stupidly bad, let's say. Trees, very nice. they 3D-ish or 2D-ish? I'm not 100% sure. I think they might be a combination actually. Yes, all nicely modelled, like there's sort of bit of concrete up the inside there. You could see it was like a path. Few people. Tell us guys at London, there seem to be a few more with suits on than there were at Donington Park. It's the north-south divide, you know. Although Donington's actually in the Midlands, but the curbing isn't too rough around the outside here. There is a bit of dirt on the back edge, and there's the old sort of concrete, almost like a concrete mesh that you can use on the outside there. Again, it's plenty of life in the tarmac without being stupidly over the top, so I can feel the old wheels bobbling away. Again, curbing fairly smooth on the inside, so you shouldn't have too many problems with it, and I think it's actually fairly smooth on the outside here. In fact, yeah, it is. Again, there's a bit of extra concrete runoff, and there's plenty of textures in the grass to keep it looking nice and sort of like it's had a hard life by the side of the track, and then it gets a bit better off to the edge. I mean, even though there's sort of no way to really see down there if you're in the car, there's plenty of stuff sort of off to the side as well, so way to the marshals, you're doing a good job, keep it up. But again, plenty of detail on the sort of undergrowth and the trees. A couple more marshals and a couple of recovery vehicles. All in all, I think they've done a really nice job of these circuits. All three of them, in fact. Hopefully that is a portent of things to come, because it couldn't be a portent of anything that's previously happened, because it wouldn't be a portent, would it? Nice bit of this weird concretey stuff at the back there to go over. Again, the curbs are not ridiculously rough, so they're not going to throw you off or try and drag you off as you go over them, whether that's a combination of the curb modelling and the tyres, or whether that's just the curb modelling, I don't know, but again, you can take a little bit of a clip on that. If you clip that too much, you will in fact invalidate your lap, so don't do it too badly. Toilet in case you get caught short halfway around your lap. Footpaths, another footpath. But yeah, all very nice, I have to say. Plenty of nods to MSV, Motorsport Vision, in case you didn't realise what MSV stands for. Those being the people who own Brands Hatch, Cowell Park, Oldham Park, Snetterton, Bedford Aerodrome, and are the leaseholders, I believe, of Donington Park. But all in all, nicely modelled building as well. Looks about the same as it does in everything else. So yeah, really nicely done. 10 out of 10, as they say. Now, let's see what it's like going a bit faster from inside the car. There's one thing about Brands Hatch, there's nothing really flat about it. Even coming up the start-finish straight, it never really seems to flatten out until just after you've gone over that little ridge at the front there. So, right, back in the car, don't forget, turn right. Now, I don't know whether this is got a lot more sound work done on it than some of the other previous cars. I'd have to go back and look at some of the other cars, but the gear wine and everything on this is something to behold. An oral treat, as they say. Like I said, the curves around here aren't particularly dangerous and you can ride them quite a bit. Car is, I have to say, really nice to drive. It tells you exactly what it's doing. The front end feels great. You can tell when the back end's going. You can catch slides. I don't know whether that's got anything to do with the working with Goodyear on the tyres. Presumably it's got a lot to do with it because the tyres seem to have that nice over the limit grip recovery that works so well to make everything feel like you're can get right close to the edge, go over it a little bit and then pull it back without killing yourself, which is always really nice. Oh, I keep forgetting to change gear. Just like that. As soon as I felt it, I could just lift off a little bit, get it back, and that was it. As I said, there is always a limit though, but to hold that long around there was, I don't think I could do that in any other car in rFactor 2. Just about any other car, it would have killed me straight away. So there's definitely something with these new tyres on this car that are definitely somewhere they need to be going with a lot of their other cars, because they are really good. Right, I'll try not to bugger about this time and do a full clean lap as well. I was more or less trying to prove a point. I think I proved it without too many problems. Again, you can eat the curbs up through there and it doesn't kill the car or upset it too much, so really nice. And the FFB loads up really nicely through the corners. Like I said, the sound is really nice as well. Curbs don't try and kill it, always nice. I have to say, if I had to really think about it, this is probably the best car that I've actually driven in rFactor 2. Have you heard that little noise? That's the downshift protection saying, no, you can't change down yet. So if you try to change down too early, it will give us a little slightly feeble squeaky noise to go, no, don't do that. So at least you won't be killing the car through early downshifts or anything like that, so. I'll do one more lap because I'm enjoying driving the car. In terms of balancing between the two, I drove them both around. Brains earlier was only about half a second between them. The Toyota was slightly quicker. I do wonder if that's something that might balance out over the distance of races. You have higher tyre wear on the front of the front wheel drive car. It's also possible that because I drove this first, followed by the other one, I might have just been trying harder with the other one. I think that's about as close as you can get to not being a legal cut on that corner without being an illegal cut. Like I say, I reckon this is possibly maybe it was an illegal cut because it hasn't given us a lap time for the last lap. But like I said, I think wrong button. We just go back a bit. I think that's possibly the best car in rFactor 2. It's got controllability. It sounds fucking brilliant. The audio is definitely notched up from something like the C8 that we were driving in the first of the laps we did around Laguna. So I mean that sounds flat and horrible compared to this. So whether they're going to go back and redo a lot of the other cars, hopefully they are. Because if they all end up with this quality of sound, they'll be bloody brilliant. Also, like I said, the tyres on this do seem to be really good. They've got that over the limit recovery that makes driving a pleasure rather than a fucking pain, like it can be sometimes in rFactor, where you've just gone a little bit over the limit and next thing you know the car's gone completely. I mean, I held on to that slide for a ridiculous amount of time for rFactor 2, and I was deliberately being a bit of a twat there to just prove a point. But yeah, that was pretty damn impressive. But this thing is, I have to say, stonkingly good to drive. You can tell when it's a good car in rFactor 2 because it's not often I get in a car and start driving it, and I spent about half an hour just driving around in this earlier today going, wow, this is great. And then went, I've got to go and do some work now. So yeah, I have to say, if you only do one car, buy that one. It's absolutely brilliant, unless you have a particular penchant for the front wheel drive cars. But just the one car, it's like £4.30ish. Yeah, £4.28 today. Might be £4.30 tomorrow, might be £4.26. But yeah, that is an absolutely stonkingly good car, and I have to say the Toyota is bloody near as good, unless you have a particular hatred for front wheel drive. I know some of you do. Hello mate. But even that, I'd say give it a shot because it is a good. Yeah, that was a bit much of a cut, wasn't it? That is a really, really nice car, and like I said, for currently £7.72 we'll get you both of the cars. So they're not the cheapest in the world, but again, that's not bad. It's around about the same sort of price as rFactor charges for their. Here, have the same car you've already got 4 times. So, but I think I have found my new favourite rFactor 2 car, and I have to say the tracks are equally good as well. So I do like brands. I am a fan of brands. I do like the challenge of trying to get around it as quick as possible without killing yourself, because it's it's a traditional circuit where you go off over the white line and there's grass and you end up going off into the boondogs and barriers. So, but for me, for now, I think that's enough bullshit. But I have to say, the car definitely is not bullshit. That is brilliant. So, your money as usual. But if you're a bit of a fan of rFactor 2, or even if you're not and you've only got the base package, I'd buy at least that car to play with. I might take a leaf out of Jodie's book and take it around the Northcliffe later as well. So, once I've done the video, of course. So, but for me, for now, enjoy yourself, enjoy your racing, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.